Good morning. Thank you for taking a few moments with me in the Word. You know, we understand according to the Word there are three realms. He talks about the heavens. There's the earthly realm, which you and I physically live in. There is the second realm, which is the realm that the angels in the demonic realm abide in. And then there's the heavenly realm. And Ephesians chapter 2 actually lets us know that you and I were raised up together and seated at the right hand of the Father. So though we physically live here in the earth is what we're supposed to impact, but we cannot impact the earth through earthly means. And then though there is a warfare that's going on between the demonic and the angelic in the second realm, we can't get stuck in that realm either. Our perspective's to be a perspective from victory, a position of authority seated at the right hand of the Father, above the first realm, above the second realm. You and I are seated in that third realm. In Philippians chapter 3 and verse 10, Paul said this. He says, that I may know him and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his sufferings, being made conformable unto his death. First of all, he says, I want to know him. I want to know the power of his resurrection. See, when he was raised from the dead, when Jesus was raised from the dead and seated at the right hand of the Father, you and I, as a born-again child of God, we were raised up together and seated at the right hand of the Father. That's what we want to know. That's what we want to be aware of. And what about this fellowship of the sufferings? Well, this fellowship is a partnership. And generally when there's a partnership, two people come together and they partner and they bring what they're best at together that will fulfill what's lacking in the other. Well, we know there's nothing lacking in Jesus, but this is how our partnership with Jesus works. See, in 2 Corinthians 5:21, it says, he who knew no sin became sin so that we would be made the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus. He became sin so that we would be made righteous. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 24 says, by the stripes of Jesus, we were, past tense, healed. He took the stripes, took sickness and disease in his body so that we could be healed. 2 Corinthians 8:9 says that he who was rich became poor so that through his poverty we would be made rich. When on his way to the cross and at the cross, Jesus let them strip him of every earthly possession and he became poor so that we could be rich. 2 Peter in chapter 1 verses 3 and 4 lets us know that he hath, past tense, given us everything that pertains to life and godliness. Jesus won the victory. We're seated in the seat of victory. And if we want to impact the world around us, we must come from the perspective of victory. We've been raised up together with him in the finished work, in the power of resurrection life. And it's through the power of resurrection life we impact the world around us. I love you. I look forward to being with you again on Friday.